What's up, guys? Daemonxel back again. We are diving back into the world of EVE Frontier. That's right. They just dropped their official trailer for the game. It's on PC Gamer's most anticipated games of 2024, even though the game's coming out in 2025, supposedly. There's a lot to dive into here. We're going to see some gameplay footage. We're going to talk about things that are in the game. I'm going to basically elaborate on a bunch of stuff and talk about the game in general. So, yes, there is a lot to go over, and I'm going to tell you how you can get access to the game. So, let's talk about it. So we are talking about EVE Frontier. I'm going to play the video, and I'm going to stop it at certain points, and I'm going to elaborate on things that they're touching up in the video, because there's a lot of information that is out there that's not in the video, that is not covered under the NDA, information that is out there. So I'm going to put all of that right here for you. So let's jump into it.
Welcome, Awakened. We are excited to showcase our current development build to you today.
Now remember, this is all alpha, okay? So all the gameplay you're going to see in here is from the alpha, but the game still looks phenomenal.
And provide insight into our space survival simulation, EVE Frontier. Please note that all footage is non-final and does not fully represent our vision for EVE Frontier at launch. EVE Frontier is an online multiplayer sandbox where you will awaken, explore, and survive in the harshness of space as you traverse a galaxy known as the Frontier. It is a place of decay and danger, a shattered expanse that saw past colonization efforts wilt and perish from its brutality. Now, the Long Dark is all that remains, covered with crumbling mysterious ruins and infested by feral AI, a long shadow cast by our ancient sins. At its centre, the Trinary, 3 hypermassive black holes, is bound in a dance macabre, perpetually shaping the fabric of space into a constant flux of unpredictable cosmological variance and turmoil. As a newly awakened rider, you'll be thrown into a desperate world full of death and suffering, but also ripe with potential. In a vast galaxy of over 100,000 star systems, who will you become?
So let's talk about some of the things that we just saw right here. Okay, so one, the lore of this galaxy, right? Because we are in a new galaxy, so it is kind of like EVE Online, EVE Echoes, but it is in a separate galaxy, which in the center is 3 massive black holes. Now, the devs themselves have already commented that it is actually over 100,000 systems that you can visit in this game. It's actually about 120,000. Now imagine that. Imagine the scale, right, of this compared to EVE Online or EVE Echoes or any other space game you may have played. The sheer size of everything just makes it phenomenal. And now, what they mean about decay, right? This is a dying galaxy, right? There was races here beforehand, but like it's on the verge of collapse, right? So everything you do in the game is you're going to require something to basically to stay alive. So it's basically, yes, take EVE Online and add a survival aspect to it, right? That's what this is. Now, to get more in depth on the galaxy itself, a guildmate or corp mate, alliance mate, in this game they're called tribes, by the name of Scetrov, have actually put together a small video basically highlighting the universe in the game currently as is. And this is not breaking the NDA. This is allowed out because this is information that they published before, information that's on GitHub, and a bunch of other things. We'll get more into that when we talk about smart assemblies, but let me roll that footage for you. Now, I am going to be putting a link to this video down in the comments, so please go over to his channel, give him a subscribe, give him a like on the video. It's everything. We are a tight community. We want to help as many people as we possibly can. So these are the Trinary. These are the black holes in the center of the galaxy. Now, this is the galaxy itself, right? The galactic core. Now, it's not. You're going to see a lot more. So each one of these points of light is a system that you can actually traverse to. We're going to get larger here. These are this is the outer rings. Now this is not the galactic core. So this is separate. I believe you put this through Blender, I think. Now, imagine traversing through all of this. Now, they are building this, right, on blockchain technology, and I'm going to be talking about that down the line. It's not so much crypto and NFTs, it's more of basically letting you access the game and mod the game currently on the live server. Here we are for the full system, right? As you can see, this game is insanely huge. But again, that's where, like I say, the smart assemblies come into play. We're going to talk about more about that. So you're always going to be moving around, or if you think about it, EVE Online has lasted. I'm going to stop that right there. Has lasted for 20 plus years now, right? Huge community. So that's where the hopes is for this, and for the galaxy to keep building and populating over that time. Let's get more back into what they're talking about in this video itself, and we'll see some more gameplay.
The experience that we are meticulously crafting is one of constant dread and suspense,
this is the warp animation
alternating
here
between the intimate violence of claustrophobic trench-run encounters and a cold vertigo of surgical sniping skirmishes. Among
the combat in this game is fun. I'm just going to say that right now. I know I can't really talk a lot about what's under the NDA. I have played it. I enjoy playing it. And if you are familiar with EVE Online, you're basically going to take to this very easily. But the tactics you're going to be using are going to be a lot different, and we're going to get into that.
Ruins of the Frontier's megastructures, the arms race of strategic doctrines and tactical mastery will present an ever-evolving landscape of realistic deep space warfare.
Now, as you can see right here, right? We can't really see the ship. We know he's behind the structure, and he's going to start talking about this in the video. Line of sight is key. If you cannot see the ship, you will not be able to fire on it. They're using real physics in this game. So obviously you can't shoot through an asteroid to get someone. And if you come into a system and there's people hiding behind a building or an asteroid, they're not going to show up on your UI at all until you come into visual contact with them.
Fair. The act of firing your weapon is just the tail end of a myriad of decisions prior, from the counterplay of stealth and detection to hyper-optimized combat logistics. Thanks to physical line of sight and tactical control mechanics, the debris fields of the Frontier can provide timely cover for an emergency escape, or just as likely hide a deadly ambush.
That's right. So if you are in a firefight and you're having trouble warping away, you can always duck behind an asteroid or someone to break control, break line of sight, so they won't be able to shoot you, and maybe giving you a few seconds to get away or call reinforcements if you keep basically have them chase you. You know what I mean? So that being said, it's going to layer an entire different type of mindset when you go to fleet ops or commands. So basically, if you are even if you're following your FC, right? What I mean by line of sight is if you're following behind somebody and your target is in front of the ship in front of you and you fire at the enemy ship, because your FC is in front of you or someone else in your team is in front of you, you could hit them instead of your intended target. So yes, skill is going to be a major part of this game now.
The information available to you will be imperfect and incomplete. Your awareness and manual piloting are equally, if not more important, than numerical advantage. We are making sure no outcome is truly guaranteed in EVE Frontier, including no open information on the presence of other riders in the vicinity through communication features.
That also means, just like in EVE Online, I'm pretty sure it's in wormhole space, you will not show up in local. So there could be 50 people hiding out in a system that you're in. But as long as no one's talking local, they're not going to show up on your on your chat window, on your local box. It's not going to show up.
The role of awareness and information economy will be holding an ever greater influence over your survival. Every step in the wilderness can be your last. Every hunter lying in wait risks becoming prey by revealing themselves to the world for just a moment too long. Will you be a defenseless miner, unaware of the hostile ship approaching, or their friend, hiding in wait to counterattack a shared foe? In Eve Frontier, entropy is central to both our story and design. It amplifies the impact of your decisions, giving them greater consequence and meaning. You will encounter our approach to entropy through crude matter, an exotic group of materials that helped past colonization efforts endure, if only temporarily. A source of conflict and desire, Crude was and continues to be heavily relied upon, powering all technology within the frontier. You must.
So basically, it's like oil, right? For vehicles. They need gas to run, right? So you're basically mining the crude, which only shows up in these rifts, and you're going to refine it down into fuel that can be used for certain ships. Certain ships will only be able to use fuel that you pull from these rifts. So which means if you're out of fuel, you're out of luck. If your ship runs out of gas, you better call in someone to help you, or you better be taking some extra gas with you in your hull. Otherwise, you're just dead in space.
Harvest it from rifts, local phenomena that seem to tear apart the fabric of space with their unpredictable emergence, then refine and develop it into fuel products. Everything consumes crude matter derivatives one way or another. One of the key features of Eve Frontier is that you will be rebuilding a broken world. Through in-game ways like shaping the Stargate network of the galaxy, and through third-party development. With an openly programmable game world, players will be able to configure in-game infrastructure to serve their own needs.
These are the smart assemblies we were talking about. And this is why there's blockchain available. You can actually, on the fly, program things and build things in the game. And we're not just talking, small things. Basically, whatever your mind can think of, right, for uses of these things, you can do. In the past, someone has built like a casino, a smart assembly to make brackets for tournaments and to house their own tournament. You can make a black market where you can sell things, or you can just put things out there to sell. Say you're mining, right? Well, you don't really have a distribution hub, and you're in populated areas. Well, you can make a smart assembly near a gate that you can just dump all your ore into, and someone could purchase it right from there, and the money goes right into your account. You can make what a lot of people do is, I'm not sure if they talk about it in this video, but I know there's also another video that's actually in the PC Gamer Most Anticipated. It's a little bit different. This is just the gameplay video. And I'll put a link to that one in the description below as well. But they talk about there that some of the other things you build are actually jump gates. Yes, you build your own jump gates, rebuilding the jump gate network throughout this dead universe. You can make smart turrets, right? You can, say someone's attacking your station, right? You can make smart turrets that will defend your structures. It's not limited, is what I'm saying. So, a lot of people are going to be coming to this game as coders, looking to see what they can do, and I'm all for it.
And those of other players. We call this feature Smart Assemblies, and it will allow you to construct, configure, and deploy infrastructure that you own, configured with open source code. This also extends into an open and programmable economy. You'll be able to create your own currencies, establish private markets, and convert your assets, services, and reputation into real-world value.
And that's another reason why they're having blockchains, because everyone can make their own currency in the game. So, say you are with a certain alliance, right? And they want to sell just to their alliance. Well, they can make their own currency, which you can, get throughout. You could transfer, do whatever the in-game currency is to this special alliance currency to buy things just from their network of sales. And all that can be put into your Eve wallet and held there. This is why they're using the blockchain.
Ultimately, we are developing the ultimate open sandbox. Interacting with deployed and configured smart assembly infrastructure in-game is simple. Think of it as enhanced base building. Simply fly to one and interact with it like you would any other usable object. To ensure this open programmability is not game-breaking, smart assemblies, like the Galaxy itself, obeys digital physics, a code layer over the simulation that means its rules are fixed and immutable, removed even from developer control. Combine different or multiple types of infrastructure, such as storage units, turrets, refineries, and more, to form a settlement, and collaborate with your allies to upgrade it. Cooperate within the builder community to evolve this infrastructure into ever more complex systems and projects. Custom mission system to support your logistics, automated security solutions, developed market economies and complex industrial networks, all the way towards a living civilization or a smouldering ruin. Thank you for watching this deep dive into Eve Frontier. To learn more, visit evefrontier.com. To join us on this journey and access Eve Frontier now, acquire Founder Access, the ability to play on a live server that will see continuous updates as we continue development.
So yes, they have launched their Founder Access. Now this is basically you're basically buying into the system and you're gonna be playing it through the alpha. So basically, like any other game, I think Baldur's Gate 3 did it as well. You had access to the first act as they were still building the game. It's the same thing here. You're basically going to be part of the test. Now, let's look at the packages and what each one brings us. So here are your 3 levels of the Founder Access. You have the Awakened, the Initiated, and the Ascended. Now, these are USD prices. I don't know where you're watching this video from, but obviously you'll have to convert the currency. So Awaken is basically your barely formed. It's your bottom tier access to the game. You're going to get a unique portrait and 1 exclusive skin. You're going to get 1 month premium post-launch subscription time. So basically, like any Eve, you have the online subscription. This is going to give you at least 1 month free by purchasing this. On the Initiated, you're going to get that. You're going to get 2 exclusive skins and 2 months of the post-subscription ones, and you're going to get 24 hours early start at the launch, so early access to the game after they do the full wipes to the server when the game is going to launch. Now, the Ascended, this is a limited supply. This is going to give you all of that. You're going to get 3 exclusive skins. You're going to get 4 months free to play the game after it launches. You're going to get 3 days, 3 days early launch time, and you're going to be able to reserve your name on the server so no one can steal your name. Now, as far as those skins go, this is a Jove. This is a very adaptable ship. It's one of the early ships in the game. You can basically do a lot of things in this ship. And these are the 3 exclusive skins that you would get from each of those packs. Now, obviously, if you get the Ascended, you're going to get all 3 of these. If you get the Initiated, you're going to get both of these. And if you just get the Awakened, you're going to get this one. So, that's what you're going to get. And the game goes live. Well, not live, but alpha live on the 10th. So basically 1 week from today, or whenever you see this video, the game is going to start and you'll be able to play it as they update it, as they go through. So this way you can get in on the ground floor, know what you're doing before the game actually goes live. We don't know when the game is going to go live, but it should be hopefully sometime in the next year. It's going pretty fast, to tell you the truth. And I'm having a ton of fun in this game. So, if you are looking to get access to this, though, and you want to help your boy Damon out, go ahead and use this invite code right here. That is EAQXNC2T. Yeah, that would be most beneficial. I would really appreciate it. Now, I don't know what that gives me. I don't know what it gives you, but I'll throw this in. I'll throw this out in the comments below as well. My invite code for your referral. And I hope to see you guys in game. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to be covering this game more in depth as it comes out, as more news is released, and especially when it goes live. We'll be doing a bunch of videos, maybe some live streams, that sort of thing. So, until I talk to you guys again, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Fly safe. And remember, here on this channel, we're always one vision, one purpose, one front. See you guys in the next video.